Daylight saving time, or DST, has been a controversial topic for over a century. While some see it as a useful tool for maximizing daylight, others believe it causes more harm than good. The concept of shifting the clock forward in the spring and back in the fall was first proposed by Benjamin Franklin in 1784 as a way to save candles. However, it wasn't taken seriously until the early 20th century. Germany was the first country to officially adopt daylight saving time during World War I in 1916 to conserve energy. Soon after, other nations, including the United States, followed suit. In the U.S., DST was first implemented in 1918 but was unpopular and repealed after the war. It returned during World War II, and in 1966 Congress passed the Uniform Time Act, establishing a consistent system across states. However, not everyone had to participate. States could opt out, and some did. Supporters of daylight saving time argue that it has several benefits. It provides more daylight in the evening, which encourages outdoor activities, boosts the economy, and even helps reduce crime rates. Some studies suggest that having more sunlight after work or school lowers the likelihood of accidents and criminal activity. Additionally, retailers, restaurants, and businesses that rely on foot traffic tend to benefit from extended daylight hours. The sports industry also gains from DST, as later sunsets mean more time for outdoor recreation and games. However, the drawbacks are just as significant. One of the biggest complaints is the disruption to sleep schedules. Studies have linked the spring time change to an increase in heart attacks, strokes, and even workplace accidents. Productivity can also take a hit as people struggle to adjust their internal clocks. Additionally, the expected energy savings have been debated for years. While some reports suggest a slight reduction in electricity use, others argue that any benefits are offset by increased air conditioning and heating needs. Not every state follows daylight saving time. Hawaii and most of Arizona remain on standard time year-round. Hawaii opted out because its tropical climate means it has consistent daylight throughout the year, making the time change unnecessary. Arizona, with its hot summers, decided that extra evening daylight would only lead to more energy use for air conditioning. Parts of Indiana also resisted daylight saving time for decades, leading to confusion until the entire state adopted it in 2006. Around the world, countries handle daylight saving time differently. The European Union currently observes DST, but there have been discussions about abolishing it. In 2019, the European Parliament voted to end the time change, but implementation has been delayed. Russia experimented with permanent daylight saving time in 2011 but switched back to standard time in 2014 after widespread complaints. Meanwhile, countries near the equator, where daylight hours remain relatively constant, typically don't use DST at all. Public opinion on DST remains divided. Polls suggest that most Americans dislike changing their clocks twice a year, but there is no clear consensus on whether standard time or daylight saving time should be permanent. Some prefer the extra evening sunlight, while others prioritize keeping mornings brighter and more aligned with natural rhythms. Technology has made the transition between time changes easier in some ways. Smartphones, computers, and smart home devices now adjust automatically, reducing human error. However, industries that rely on precise timekeeping, such as airlines and stock markets, still face logistical challenges. The biannual switch can also cause software glitches and scheduling conflicts. In the U.S., there have been ongoing debates about whether to eliminate daylight saving time or make it permanent. In recent years, several states have passed legislation in favor of year-round DST, but federal approval is required for the change to take effect. The Sunshine Protection Act, a bill proposing permanent daylight saving time nationwide, has been introduced in Congress multiple times, but has yet to pass. Supporters argue that it would eliminate the health risks and confusion caused by the time change, while opponents worry about darker winter mornings disrupting school and work routines. For now, Americans continue to set their clocks forward in the spring and back in the fall, keeping the debate alive. Whether daylight saving time remains a fixture of modern life or eventually becomes a thing of the past is still up for discussion.